In the stagnant, glucose-saturated, and chemically poisoned ruins of 2026, humanity is rotting from the inside out, one microscopic capillary at a time. Dr. Thorne is here to tell you that your vascular system is not just a passive plumbing network of tubes, it is the infrastructure of sovereignty. It is the incredibly complex, 60,000-mile web of biological highways that delivers life-giving oxygen to your brain, critical nutrients to your muscles, and the very fire of metabolic existence to every single organ in your body. Yet, in your pursuit of modern comfort and digital sedation, you have allowed this magnificent infrastructure to crumble into a state of catastrophic disrepair. Through chronic systemic inflammation, sedentary lethargy, and the toxic, sludge-like residue of the modern diet, your endothelium, the sophisticated, single-cell lining of your entire circulatory system, has become scarred, rigid, and functionally dysfunctional. You are walking around with biological gridlock. Your blood has become thick and viscous, your vessels have narrowed into brittle pipes, and your heart is working in a state of permanent overtime just to keep a dying system on artificial life support. In this 64th chapter, we are initiating the Vortex Protocol. We are going to clear the metabolic debris, eliminate the internal friction, and rebuild your arteries into an unbreakable fortress of absolute flow. Understand the staggering magnitude of this internal collapse that is happening within you right now. Most of the inhabitants of the 2026 landscape are living in a state of advanced endothelial dysfunction, and they are blissfully, dangerously unaware of it until the final collapse. You feel it as the persistent fog in your brain, as the sudden failure of your physical performance, as a lack of sexual endurance, and as a permanent, soul-crushing sense of fatigue that no amount of caffeine can mask. You are slowly, silently suffocating at a cellular level because your rivers of life have turned into stagnant swamps. Dr. Thorne demands that you stop ignoring the data and start viewing your vascular health as the ultimate, non-negotiable metric of your human vitality. A man with restricted flow is a man with restricted power, restricted thought, and restricted sovereignty. We are going to stop treating the superficial symptoms of this decay and start restoring the endothelial shield from the inside out. We are going to weaponize your internal biology to produce the miracle molecule that dictates the expansion and contraction of your entire world, nitric oxide. The vital flow is not a luxury for the elite, it is the fundamental biological requirement for those who intend to dominate the harsh 2026 landscape. It is time to flush the system, break the gridlock, and restore the rivers of life to their original glory. The modern world wants your blood to be thick and your vessels to be narrow. A rigid population is a manageable population, predictable, slow, and easily exhausted. When your circulation fails, your ambition follows. Dr. Thorne's protocol is an act of vascular rebellion. We are moving beyond the simplistic notions of heart health and into the realm of total hemodynamic mastery. We are targeting the very surface where your life force meets your physical structure. By cleaning the endothelial canvas, we allow the masterpiece of your biology to function at its theoretical peak. This is not a suggestion, it is a command to your cells. You are the architect of your own internal environment, and today, we begin the total reconstruction of your flow. Step into the vortex. Leave the stagnation behind. The rivers are calling for their master. How does the vascular architect initiate the deep repair of a collapsing system? It starts with the absolute restoration of the nitric oxide supremacy. Nitric oxide, NO, is the primary, short-lived signaling molecule that tells your arteries to relax, expand, and deliver. Without it, you are nothing more than a rigid, fragile machine waiting for the inevitable mechanical failure. In the high-stress, mouth-breathing, and shallow-living chaos of 2026, most of you have fundamentally lost the ability to produce this life-giving gas in sufficient quantities. Your vessels are perpetually clamped down, stuck in a state of chronic constriction that starves your tissues of the very essence they need to thrive. Dr. Thorne's protocol focuses on endothelial priming. We are reintegrating the ancient, forgotten art of nasal dominance, the specific mode of breathing that naturally stimulates massive NO production within the paranasal sinuses. We are also integrating high-density vascular precursors like L-Citrulline and concentrated organic nitrates to flood your system with the raw materials of expansion. This is vasodilation sovereignty. You are giving your body the direct chemical command to open the floodgates of high-level performance. But true flow is not achieved through chemistry alone, it requires the mechanical mastery of sheer stress. Just as the mind requires intense challenge and the skeletal muscles require heavy weight to grow, your arteries require the rhythm of turbulence to remain elastic and functional. Through the Vortex Protocol, we utilize specific, high-intensity intervals of movement that force your blood to scrub the vessel walls with increased velocity. This mechanical friction triggers the immediate release of powerful repair enzymes and significantly strengthens the endothelial lining against future damage. We are turning your blood into a deep cleaning agent rather than a clogging agent. Dr. Thorne insists that vascular elasticity is the true, measurable fountain of youth. Vessels can expand and contract with the effortless fluidity of a mountain lion in pursuit of its prey, your blood pressure stabilizes naturally, your nutrient delivery to working muscles skyrockets, and your systemic recovery becomes near instantaneous. You are no longer a passive victim of your circulation, you have become the master of the internal vortex. You are the engineer of the expansion. The nitric oxide supremacy is a state of being where your body is perpetually ready for the surge. Whether it is a sudden physical threat, a complex intellectual challenge, or a moment of creative passion, your vascular system responds with zero latency. This is the difference between the modern sludge human and the sovereign predator. While the former is waiting for their system to warm up, the latter is already operating at peak pressure. We are optimizing the pumps. We are clearing the pipes. We are ensuring that the signal to expand is never blocked by the debris of a lesser existence. This is the first law of the vascular fortress: the flow must never be compromised. The breath of life is a gas, and that gas is nitric oxide. Master it, or be consumed by the rigidity of the masses. Deep within the architecture of the fortress lies the Glycocalyx, a microscopic, hair-like forest of sugar chains and proteins that coats the entire inner surface of your blood vessels. This is the front line of your absolute vascular defense, a nanoscopic barrier that stands between your blood and your vessel walls. In the toxic, high-glucose environment of 2026, this delicate internal forest is being systematically clear-cut by spikes in blood sugar, artificial chemical additives, and the corrosive effects of systemic oxidative stress. When the glycocalyx is destroyed, your arteries are left naked, raw, and utterly vulnerable to the accumulation of plaque, the infiltration of cholesterol, and the total collapse of the system. Dr. Thorne's protocol requires the total restoration of the shield. We are utilizing sulfated polysaccharides, specific marine-derived compounds, and high-potency vascular antioxidants to regrow this vital nanoscopic barrier. This is nanoscopic sovereignty. You are protecting the very interface where blood meets biology. Imagine your arteries as a hyper-efficient, high-speed transit system designed for the year 2026. The glycocalyx is the ultra-slick coating that ensures the cellular cars move at maximum speed without a single hint of friction or damage. Without this coating, everything grinds to a catastrophic halt. By rebuilding this microscopic shield, you are making your vascular system bulletproof to the metabolic insults and environmental toxins of the modern world. You are preventing the biological friction that inevitably leads to long-term inflammation and structural decay. Dr. Thorne demands that you respect the microarchitecture of your flow. You cannot possess macro-level power without maintaining micro-level integrity. The restoration of the glycocalyx is the decisive difference between a biological system that lasts a mere 80 years and a system that thrives for 140. We are not building for the weekend, we are building for the century. We are protecting the rivers so the internal empire can flourish indefinitely. The shield is your life. This nanoscopic defense is also your sensory network. The glycocalyx feels the flow of blood and communicates directly with the endothelium to adjust the vessel's diameter. When this system is damaged, your body loses its autoregulation. It becomes blind to its own needs. By regrowing this forest, you are restoring your body's internal eyesight. You are allowing your system to once again sense the subtle changes in pressure and chemistry that dictate peak performance. This is the intelligence of the flow. A sovereign doesn't just push his body, he listens to it. And to listen, the sensors must be pristine. Clean the shield. Regrow the forest. Become the master of the nanoscopic domain. Let us speak with cold, clinical honesty in the shadows of the lab. Vascular health is the ultimate, unfiltered truth of your biological state. It is the one metric that cannot be faked. Whether it is the surge of blood flow to your prefrontal cortex to fuel a world-changing strategic idea, or the surge of blood flow to your extremities for the primal act of creation and reproduction, your vascular integrity is the primary honest signal of your sexual, intellectual, and creative power. In the year 2026, vascular failure has become a silent pandemic, an erosion of manhood and vitality that is being desperately masked by blue pills, temporary fixes, and cultural excuses. Dr. Thorne calls this the erectile of the soul. When you restore the vital flow, you are not just improving your heart health, you are reclaiming your biological confidence. You are reawakening the primal energy and the drive that has been systematically suppressed by the soft, stagnant, and low-pressure culture of the modern era. You are becoming a high-pressure system in a world dominated by low-pressure, deflated humans. This is the vascular fortress in its peak, optimized state. You are operating with total, systemic fluidity. Your brain is perpetually washed in oxygenated, nutrient-dense blood, keeping your cognition sharp and your mood stable. Your muscles are always on the verge, primed for explosive action at a moment's notice. Your heart beats with the calm, rhythmic efficiency of a master-designed industrial engine. While the masses around you are suffering from internal stagnation, lethargy, and chronic congestion, you have become a raging river of pure, unadulterated vitality. Dr. Thorne knows that a man with optimal, unhindered circulation is a man who cannot be easily exhausted or defeated. He possesses the endurance of the sovereign and the recovery rate of the timeless. You have successfully turned your circulatory system from a ticking liability into your greatest strategic asset. You have mastered the flow, and in doing so, you have mastered the very essence of life itself. The pressure is your power. The high-pressure human is a force of nature. He enters a room and the atmosphere shifts. Why? Because his biology is radiating vitality. His skin is clear, his eyes are bright, and his presence is commanding because every cell in his body is being power-washed by clean, fast-moving blood. This is the vascular presence. You cannot fake this with a suit or a title. It is a biological fact. Dr. Thorne demands that you settle for nothing less than vascular perfection. In the ruins of 2026, where most are slowly wilting, you will be the one who is perpetually in bloom. You will be the one who possesses the vitality of the forge. The flow is the fuel of the soul, and your soul is finally well-fueled. Do not let the rivers dry up. Keep the pressure high. Keep the flow absolute. As we conclude this 64th monumental transmission from the very heart of Dr. Thorne's laboratory, I want you to take the vow of the vascular sovereign. This is the official and final end of your internal stagnation and your submission to the slow rot of the modern age. From this day forward, you will treat your arteries and your veins as sacred, vital pipelines in your blood as liquid gold, the most precious resource in your biological empire. You will engage in the Vortex Protocol with religious intensity to keep the rivers moving and the Glycocalyx reset to keep your nanoscopic shield unbreakable against the toxins of 2026. You will refuse the metabolic sludge of the modern world and you will embrace the nitric oxide supremacy as your primary mode of existence. You will be the master of the flow, and you will never again allow your life force to be restricted, dimmed, or stagnated by the rust and rigidity of modern living. You are a being of movement, of expansion, and of power. The transmission of the 64th is complete. The vascular fortress is now an indelible part of your biological blueprint and your strategic intent. Go out into the world and let the masses see the terrifying vitality in your skin, the predatory clarity in your eyes, and the unstoppable, fluid energy in every single step you take. Let them wonder how you remain so fluid and so vital in a world that has become so rigid, cold, and static. Tell them, if you choose, that you have visited the vital flow and learned the ultimate secret of the masters, that eternal power is not found in the heart alone, but in the magnificent, roaring rivers that sustain it. This is Dr. Julian Thorne, ending the broadcast for the architects of the new circulation and the unbreakable masters of the vital flow. Stay fluid. Stay sovereign. Stay lethal. The blood is moving at the speed of command, and the empire is finally rising from the depths. Farewell, you vascular titan. We will meet again at the 0 point of the next protocol. The flow is yours.